Hi, everybody. It's Karen, and welcome back to Tuesday Tuneups. Today, we're going to talk about grief in honor of my father, who it's his birthday, and he passed away 3 years ago in a month. And I haven't had a lot of dreams about him, but he came to me last night and starting to become a little bit more of a character inside my dreams as opposed to somebody way off into the sidelines. So I just thought, what the heck? It's coming up for a reason, so let's go play. So we're going to start with let me come into your space if that's okay with you. Just say yes. We're going to use this beautiful, powerful, gentle lady healing to get you connected to your inner wisdom and God and Source and your subconscious mind, where you're holding wonderful, powerfully positive feelings and emotions that will propel you forward and others that have been holding you back. We're going to take care of some of those that's been holding you back so that you can bring in more of the good soldiers as you move forward. There we go. All right, mamas and papas, here we go. So, boom. All right. I get a little lost in there. It's kind of fun. All right. So, yeah, so I had this really trippy dream. Oh, wait, let's do the first thing we do, which is let go of all of that energy that you picked up from the collective and your friends and your loved ones and the media, everything. And just all of those thoughts that never belonged to you in the first place, let's just release them. And you can do this because when you go into that theta state, your mind talks to your body, and then your intention guides the rest. So let's just get those out of there. You think about, I don't know how they figured this out and the they that's out there that we talk about, but we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. So I'm sure there's plenty of doozies in there. And then there's others that are just absolutely wonderful. We want to uncover and enhance their power by changing the ones that are yakaroos. There we go. Okay, so all that energy that never belonged to you just from being a compassionate person and having your boundaries a little bit open. There we go. They stuck to you. And now here we go. What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay, and then let go of all of the harmful radiation and electromagnetic frequencies that we're experiencing inside of our lives, in our houses, and on our streets with these 5G towers and the whole deal. There we go. Woo! Good job. All right, we're in. So, like I was trying to talk and say, God, morning speech. I was trying to talk to you about before when I rudely interrupted myself. So today's my dad's birthday, and last night before I went to bed, I just had a really good talk with him about what kind of dad he was for me and how he helped me, even in places where I thought our relationship was really painful. Um, he's part of the reason I became a healer, and and how our relationship really got really beautiful for the last 10, especially the last 10 years of our lives together, and the 10 years of his life. And so, just giving you, for you, whoever that is that's floating up for you, maybe it's a mom, maybe it's a dad, maybe this was my most challenging relationship and my first most challenging relationship. So, um, maybe find that one. And let's just give you God's understanding, your inner wisdom's understanding on that relationship. And so the most loving, it just means the most loving and compassionate perspective. Because some of our teachers were opposite teachers and did the opposite things that we wanted them to do, I wanted them to be a certain kind of parent, and they weren't. I wanted my dad to be the one who guided, and he didn't. We had to guide him. And that was okay. I mean, he guided his own life, clearly, but he had depression, and so we didn't know what that was. I'm not sure he knew what it was. I'm sure he knew how he felt, but there was no treatments for that back then in the 70s, right? The 60s and the 70s. And so he was a handful for us. And so, let's see. So, whatever that is for you, just what were the positive and powerful things? The opportunity of having your person, your loved one, who was challenging for you. What did you learn? What was the most powerful and positive thing you can learn right now from it? Even if you never learned it till this moment, that's totally cool too. Because we can always remember the negative things. They didn't do this, they didn't do that, they did this, that was horrible. And I'm not glossing over them because some people have been through some stuff, huh? And that's okay. And just letting you know that all of that matters. It matters what's happened to you. And it's not about dismissing it or jumping over it. And it's also about, even in that intensity of whatever that relationship was, you're just getting wisdom and understanding of how that helped you grow. How that lump of coal was turned into a diamond through pressure, right? And how that can still happen now, regardless of how old you are. It doesn't matter. We're always learning, and we always have the opportunity to learn. We always have the opportunity to take a new step. It doesn't matter how old we are. It doesn't. It just matters that you're standing up for yourself and you're doing something in honor of yourself and in support of yourself. And let's show you what it feels like and let's have Source show you what it feels like to feel supported by the universe, that you're deserving of it, and how to receive support from the universe, and what that feels like, and that you're worthy of it. And show you how to and what it feels like to recognize that support, because that's really important. And that challenging relationship might have shown you that, oops, I'm totally reflecting, might have shown you that, I didn't get, I never was supported and no one ever supports me, and all these sorts of mantras that brought about other kinds of decisions that made your life look like that. And bring in people who felt the same way and rejected you. And there's a certain special kind of rejection when somebody is actually coming from a space that they're so wrapped up in their stuff that they don't notice that something just happened with you and that you were asking for support. Even if you said, I need your support right now, this bad thing happened and I want your help. And they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Because they're so swirled in their own stuff that they can't even get out of it when you're giving them a big, huge sign that says, help me. Okay? So let's have Source pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments to those times when that happened and heal that trauma that you felt and that shock from saying, I need help, finally asking for help, and it not showing up the way you wanted from the person you really wanted it from. There we go. And then you took it as something about you. You're a little tyke, and you took it like, okay, I must be unworthy of this. And let's just have God change that. And let you know you're worthy because you're born into this lifetime. You are worthy. You've already made it. Made it through the birth canal, or out the side, or out the top. You're worthy. You came here to learn something. You came here to be joyful. You came here to experience lots of things. And you're experiencing them. And now you're in a place where you can call in consciously, bring in joy and joyful experiences. And one of the best ways that you can do that right now is literally lean into something that you like to do. It sounds like the dumbest, easiest piece of advice out there that you've heard about 4 bazillion times. And I can tell you from my own experience, in this last year, year and a half, that it's some of the most joy I've ever had in my life. And it's because I'm doing things that make me happy, that I've always known as make me happy and didn't do, because I was so in that space of, I got to help everybody else. I got to help them first. I'm putting out all these fires. And as a parent, as a spouse, as a business owner, you're going to have a lot of people, right? Or work, you work. And even if you don't, and you're creating what comes next, there's a lot of responsibility to other. And so it's complete and finish all the vows to all this responsibility to everyone else before yourself. And really understand that if you're hearing this, this is your own divine timing. To wake up and go, you know what? The more I help myself, the more I'm energized to help the other people in my life who still need help. And I'm answering my own thing. I'm creating more faith in myself in this moment, and I'm creating a very deep joy. And it's deep. I remember when I was in 8th grade, which was like, year of the depressing kid, right? I was so depressed that year. Oh my God. But I thought, and in 9th grade too, although there's a lot of joy in 9th grade too, I thought the only way that I could get affection and attention was by being sad. I didn't realize you could get it by being happy, because happy felt so light, I thought you'd fly away, and heaviness felt so deep, probably because of my experience with my dad and loving him so deeply, and he was depressed. And that was just like an unconscious thing. So for those of you who had those kinds of misunderstandings, that sadness was depth and joy was light and would fly away, let's just have God change that. There we go. And let you know, really understand the depth of joy and the ease with which you can bring it back into your life, and show you how to and what it feels like, this joy, and that you're deserving of receiving it, and how to and what it feels like to receive it. All right, my friends. On that, I'm going to scoot you out into the world, as I am going to. And until next time, everybody. Whoops, let's have first body healing. Yay. Woo! And let you know who you are from God's perspective, with all these changes that will continue to evolve. Feel your consciousness coming back through the top of your head, all the way through the bottom of your feet, down into the earth, and go down to that bottom of the pool. And touch it like the bottom of the pool, that core of the earth, that Mother Earth energy. Bring it back up the bottoms of your feet, so that that grounding energy gets into every cell of your body. So it goes up your legs, all the way up your torso, and your hands, and your arms, and your shoulders, and they meet right about here, through your neck, and to the top of your head, so you're back. And until next week, everybody, love you, and God bless, and goodbye for now. See ya. Ciao, Bellas.